All right, you gotta hear this. Google's NotebookLM just got this insane upgrade that honestly almost nobody is talking about yet. I'm talking about building full-on interactive apps, landing pages, custom tools, you name it. And the kicker? You need zero, I mean absolutely zero coding skills. Now, seriously, just stop and think about that for a second. What if every single time you had an idea for some cool tool, something for your business or your team or even for your clients? What if you could just snap your fingers and have a developer build it for you?
Well, guess what? That's exactly what we're talking about. This isn't some far-off sci-fi dream. It is literally like having that developer on speed dial, ready to build whatever you can imagine instantly and for free.
So this is a pretty big deal, right? We're talking about something that completely changes the game for creators, for entrepreneurs, really for anyone running a business. This is a massive, massive shift in how we think about creating digital stuff.
And just to put this into perspective, let's look at the difference. The old way? You had an idea and it meant weeks, maybe months of work. You had to go find developers, which is a nightmare, and it cost a ton of money. The new way? Forget all that. We're talking minutes. And you are the builder now.
Okay, so what's the magic behind all this? It's a feature called Dynamic View. It's baked right into Google Gemini, and it taps directly into all the stuff you've saved in NotebookLM. The best way to think about it is like your own personal app factory. You just provide the raw materials, your knowledge, your documents, and it cranks out the finished product for you.
All right, I know what you're thinking. This sounds awesome, but how does it actually work? So let's get practical. Let's break down the exact steps to get you from just an idea to a fully working tool, like right now. Honestly, it's a super simple three-step process. First, you're going to load up a NotebookLM notebook with all your source material. This is basically the brain of your app, all your PDFs, research, docs, whatever. Step 2, you just hop over to Gemini and import that notebook. And the last step, you just tell it what to build. That's it, a simple text prompt.
And when I say prompt, I'm not talking about some complex line of code. It's just plain English. You can literally type, using Dynamic View, create an AI automation training dashboard from this notebook. And poof, it generates this interactive, clickable tool based on all the info you gave it.
Okay, so once you get that basic idea down, this is where it gets really, really fun. A whole universe of possibilities just cracks wide open. Let's run through some of the incredible things you can start building, like today, for all the different parts of your business.
First up, for your sales team, this is an absolute game changer. Imagine taking all those boring sales training PDFs and turning them into a dynamic pitch simulator so your team can actually practice. Or what about an interactive tool that spits out the perfect discovery questions for any type of client? That's powerful stuff.
And it's not just for sales. You can do this with any kind of training material. Turn that static course into something people actually want to use. We're talking interactive quizzes, flashcard systems. You can even gamify it. I saw someone build an objection handling dojo where sales reps could level up their skills. How cool is that? It's so much better than just reading a PDF.
Okay, what about marketing and onboarding? You can build a full landing page. I'm talking headlines, calls to action, social proof, the whole shebang, just by feeding it some info about your product. Or maybe create a slick, interactive dashboard to onboard your new clients, making that first impression absolutely seamless.
And this can totally transform your internal ops too. You know how all your company info is scattered across a million Google Docs and Slack channels? Well, you can just dump all of that into one notebook and build a single, searchable knowledge base. Your team gets the right answers instantly. Think about the hours that saves every single week.
So the big question is, how do you actually master this? Look, it's not about chasing every shiny new AI tool that pops up. It's about going deep on one that's this powerful. So here's a really clear roadmap you can follow. Think of this as a 30-day plan. Week 1 is simple. Just build one really solid, comprehensive notebook with your core business knowledge. In week 2, just play around. Build 3 simple tools, a dashboard, a quiz, a landing page, just to get the feel of writing prompts. By week 3, you'll be getting creative, maybe building those gamified tools. And by week 4, you're scaling up, combining notebooks to build really advanced apps for your daily workflow.
And okay, here's a pro tip that really takes things to the next level. You can actually import multiple notebooks into a single Gemini chat. So just imagine this. You combine one notebook that has all your services, another with all your competitor research, and a third one with your ideal customer profiles.
Then you ask it to build a sales tool using insights from all three. I mean, the results you get are just incredibly powerful.
All right, before you run off and start building everything, let's cover a few quick, practical rules of the game. You know, the important stuff, like how to share what you make and what the current limitations are.
Sharing could not be easier. When you build a tool, you get a simple link. You can send that link to anyone. And here's the best part, they don't even need a Google account to see it and use it. You can also embed your tools right on your website, or even export them to places like Notion or Webflow.
Now, just a couple things to keep in mind. If you're building something really complex, it might take a couple of minutes to generate, so just be a little patient with it. Also, the free version does have some limits if you're going wild and building stuff all day. Oh, and for the best possible results, you're going to want to make sure you're using the latest Gemini models like 2.5 or 3.0.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. The people who are going to win with all this new AI stuff are the ones who actually do things with it, not the ones who just watch videos about it. So my challenge to you is simple. Just build one tool. Just one. Do it tonight. Go get your hands dirty and see for yourself what this thing can do.
Look, the barrier to creating things online has just been completely demolished. You literally have a personal app factory right at your fingertips, ready to turn your ideas and your knowledge into real working tools. So really, there's only one question left to ask. You have the factory, what are you going to build first?